Skylar.
Hello.
Good intro. Hi, so we're going to be talking about Marvel Snap because we've been wanting to for months. So I'm joined by Kage Shini, Alex, and Lil the Runner, Lily. And I am Flayman Zach, because that's my little name down there. And, hi, how's it going, Zach? Alright, so you could like, dislike, you can comment some points, and you can hit the bell so that way when you are subscribed, you'll see when we post and stuff. So we're gonna have some points for just like podcast like thing. I'll break up the first one, so I'm gonna go ahead and type it out here in the corner, and if you guys think of any ideas that will work, we can add to it if we need to. So I think it would be really cool if they had a side deck in this game. Now, you don't need it necessarily for actual side decking like you would in like Conquest or something like that. I just mean in the sense of I'm working on a Dark Hawk deck here, and I have some other ideas of cards that would be good with it, but I don't want to forget about them and have to write it down somewhere else. Just a little option off to the side here where it's just more cards that like are options that you can swap in and out from the collection and nothing else. I think that would be pretty useful. You guys want to add to that at all? Yeah.
I don't think I'd use it.
You don't think you'd use it?
Mm-mm.
Lily, do you think you'd use it?
Yeah.
Because I do that thing in Yu-Gi-Oh, like in
Chibis.
the old Yu-Gi-Oh games. Yeah, that's a good one for Lily's Chibis because she's got so many. And we'll get to another one of my points later with that kind of thing. Okay, well, if that's all we've got for there, Alex, what's your first point?
Location emotes.
Location emotes. Yeah, that's definitely on my list too.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of, you don't have much interaction if you're not actually on the phone with somebody, like if you're playing as a random person. And sometimes you get a really cool opponent who actually will emote with you. They'll do the Spider-Man emote when you play the same card. They'll give you a fist bump when you have a good game. And like, especially in Conquest when you're with that same person again. And you can't articulate your frustrations of or your enjoyment of the location. And I think it's pretty stupid. Like there are some things where...
And you can bluff.
Yeah, you could use the bluffing aspect that you can with the emotes that we already currently have on the locations as well. Would be really cool.
And you can select the location already anyway, so all they have to do is just add that little.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised there's nothing. And just you could use the same ones, but just for there, and it would go to there instead. Because like I've had a game where I lost because of a location, but I couldn't really say that to them because like if I showed them on one of the cards I'm mad, it wouldn't really make sense. It was the location that lost me the game. So yeah, that's definitely one that they could add into it. Also, I just want to throw this out here too. We are going to be making a physical Marvel Snap game, so we'll be playing that and showing that off. So if we have any ideas that can be used there, so far neither one's really necessary for a physical Marvel Snap, but if it's any ideas there, we can actually write them down and stuff, because like some of the cards we want to make and stuff. Go ahead.
If we have like a board and you can like slide it and put like a smiley face.
But again, the point of the emotes is for somebody that you can't actually communicate with. We're going to be right face to face. There's no point in
I
emotes
like
is
this.
my point.
You can just use your face to
Yes,
emote at
you
that point.
you have a face. Okay, so I'm going to bring up my next point is a turn breakdown. So in the new Yu-Gi-Oh game, Master Duel, you can go onto the side and it'll tell you every single thing that has happened in every single turn. It's not that big a deal, but it would be cool to have as an option to like look through them, especially if we don't have graveyards, which we're going to get to as another point. So if you don't give us that, this would be nice to be like, oh, Yondu destroyed this.
Yeah.
To be able to see that would be very nice.
Especially since a lot of times when Sokovia pops off, I miss what gets discarded from me.
That's
I guess
what
I could just pay attention more, but like
you could, but like there's
give me a breakdown.
There's life going on at the same time. I've had a game where it was you and I were starting our league fight, and you did an emote with me at the same time. So then I was like, oh, I'll do it too. And in that moment, Sokovia popped up and discarded one of our cards, and I didn't see what it was.
Yeah.
So I had to pull up my video within the video to watch and see what it discarded. And I was like, oh, it was the time stone. Okay, so now I know I can't use the time stone. That's my foot. You can't use the time stone.
I was aiming for your foot.
We're not aiming for the. All right. So Alex, what's your next point?
Team synergy would be nice.
Team synergy. Now I'll let you start, but I have some ideas with that as well.
Yeah.
Like we talked about this the other day.
So like if you play multiple Avengers or multiple Guardians, I wish there would be some kind of bonus or something along those lines.
And I like the idea, but I think I wouldn't want them to muddy up how they already have it.
Yeah.
So what we ended up going with was having the Milano
as a card
instead, because they already took it back to the drawing board, so they can delete it how it was. It's not going to be a location anymore. It can be a card that gets what did we say, like +2 for each Guardian, or
Yeah.
even like +1 might be a lot because of there's 8 of them, right?
Depending on the cost of the card.
It depends on the cost and the original power of the card, and if it has any other.
Would it be it changes in hand? Is it going to be like null, or is it going to be like Morbius, where Morbius doesn't, or maybe Morbius does calculate in hand? Collector or one of those.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where Collector has to be on field for the effect to start calculating.
It also could be, we could do it a different way. It could just add power to the Guardians where they are.
Yeah.
So it could be an on reveal that does it. Now, again, this is something we actually could do with physical Marvel Snap.
Yeah.
So if we could, think about how we want the card to actually work. What do you think works best? Do you want it to be something that it gains power, or it gains power to them?
I think I'd rather have the card gain power.
Okay.
Think of it, if it's an ongoing and it spreads the power, Enchantress just kills the whole game. You know what I mean? Kills that whole match, rather. You know what I mean?
No. You're saying if it's an ongoing. I was talking about on reveal.
Oh, on reveal. Okay.
And on reveal, give it to the Guardians
Okay.
currently on board. Because that kind of. You gave me the idea when you were saying.
One. Say Milano does on reveal because that's the Guardians' theme is on reveal.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That is true. So, yeah. So if it was an on reveal.
If we had the X-Jet for the X-Men, it could be ongoing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's see. We'll come back to the power and stuff. But let me get it there. All right, so we're saying on reveal. And we can make this a card that we can test out and see if it actually works out well in our own version of physical Marvel Snap.
I think +2 is probably fine. I think that wouldn't be too bad. It's equivalent to Silver Surfer, but it would only work for Guardians. You know what I mean?
Oops. Oh, you know what? We could extend this if I just shrink it back later. Because this is set up for when I fight you guys. Alright, so all Guardians gain +2 power. And I've been trying to study up on how Marvel Snap writes effects, because they want that too, where they want that consistency in the effects. Wording is always the same if it's that same kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So I've been trying to study out that when I'm making my own cards.
You also see that they never put one word by itself on the bottom.
No, I was watching that interview too, and it makes sense.
It's a small thing, but it makes it look nice.
If you look through all these, there's never one word by itself on the very last row. That's what he was talking about.
Wow.
Because it just looks weird. There's a word for it, and they want to avoid it. Okay, so
it's just aesthetically pleasing.
With this kind of effect, does this? Okay, so this reminds me of Spectrum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
this reminds me a lot of
Silver
Spectrum.
Surfer.
And you were already saying that Spectrum sucks. So Spectrum is currently a 6/5. What do you think this should be instead? I'm thinking 5, and then we go from there.
A 5/3.
That seems kind of low, in my opinion.
But a 6/5 doesn't.
But I think
Spectrum
scaling down.
I think Spectrum just needs a buff.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think would Spectrum get, though? Also, we can toss that on here, too.
A 6/7 would be fine for me.
Because we can test that out. So Alex is saying...
Aside from Taskmaster and Zola, which, are zeros because they have their specific thing where they copy or make copies, you know what I mean? I think she just needs a little bit of a buff. And I don't think it would change too much.
On reveal...
But I wanted you to add to Team Synergy, add X-Jet for the X-Men.
Okay, that's a cool one.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what we can do.
Spectrum should be on its own little header thing. Its own subject. And then we could do the ongoing version of it for the X-Jet.
Okay.
So it would gain more power for every X-Men.
Hit a slash. Do that. We can talk about that in a second. Let's finish this off.
And then I think X-Jet should be probably like a 1 or 2 cost.
I'm just gonna leave this. You know what Spectrum does. I'm just gonna.
Then it makes a deck where Cyclops is viable again, sort of.
What did you say the effect of Jet would like to be?
Ongoing, just +2 power for every X-Men on field.
What do you think it should be? Base.
Like a 3/1 or a 2/1 or something.
Wow. Okay.
Because it's gonna gain power
Right.
exponentially. You know what I mean? So make it low cost, but also low power to begin.
Do you think 2 is too low a cost for how powerful this thing could get? How many X-Men cards are in the game?
Because look at Kitty Pryde. She's a 1 that can end up being.
She's
like
not a 1 though.
12.
She's not a 1. You gotta think of what you invest into every turn. She's technically a 6 something, which makes sense because you think of what she can end up being.
Okay, fine. Nebula.
Yeah, Nebula's a 1.7 average, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's like, wow. So I like the idea of the of the Milano better, where it's like where they are and it can't be negated. So I think it's interesting that we're doing one of each, and we'll see what works better in like a physical aspect of the game.
And then we can think of other things. They don't have to be the vehicles of those teams. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And it is kind of weird that the other ones that already exist aren't going to work the same way we have it.
Yeah.
But you know, we didn't make them. And then we could do something different if we wanted to, but I kind of like the way the shield. Like, you know, your hand's not even in the video, right? If you want to raise your hand, you should raise that one. It'll also, Alex will more likely see it, and maybe he'll stop talking. What, Lilia?
I think the X-Jet should be each X-Men gains power.
So you want one just like the Milano?
Yeah.
Okay.
Instead of just the X-Jet.
So here's what we're gonna do.
My only issue with that is if it's ongoing and each X-Men gains 2 power, then it's going to be really easy to subtract 2 power from each one of your opponent's cards by throwing 1 card down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Enchantress
Would
could
just
stop
kill your
all your
opponent.
buffs. It's just like Cerebro.
Yeah.
The way you're saying it is Cerebro, he's saying it as its own card like Darkhawk. So Enchantress could stop 1 card, or with your way, it'll stop whatever you've got going on, like 6 or something. But we can make it your version, and you can
Lily's
literally play with
version
it.
is more on theme because Cerebro's an X-Men thing anyway.
True. But we'll just see what plays more fun and what makes more sense. I don't know that much X-Men, to be honest with you. I've seen the movies, and that's about it. And those
There's a lot
aren't
of really
that
cool
great accurate.
characters in
Yeah, oh, I know. I'm
You
learning
wrote
about
the
characters
same
through this.
thing.
Huh?
You wrote the same thing.
Yeah, you didn't change it.
I didn't change it yet.
Oh.
For each, I just changed the names.
Adds
You want to make it so that each X-Men gains 2 power?
Yeah, that's basically it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, any other team synergies you can think of? Avengers are obviously a team that people are upset that don't have any, but what would you do? The Quinjet already has an effect. Do we change that, or is that more of a shield thing anyway?
Avengers
Yes.
Tower.
Sinister Six.
Ooh. Huh?
Sinister Six.
Yeah, that's one that I think would be cool.
That's a really cool one. I actually. Okay,
My
we're
issue with
table
the
that one.
tower is I don't think that would be a card. That'd be a location.
Yeah, because Stark Tower is already a
Yeah.
location. But I mean,
I didn't even think about the fact that Stark Tower is. the
we're
Avengers
also
Tower.
talking about a game that made the Milano location, but then Quinjet and Helicarrier cards.
Yeah.
So who cares? Let's just do whatever we want. So Alex's idea is Avengers Tower.
Or the what is that location that they go to? Falcon fights Ant-Man at.
That's Avengers Compound, which is already a
Oh, yeah.
location. Which I think that would be dumb to make both. But if we're doing, it's technically the tower, Stark Tower is before it became Avengers Tower. You know what I mean? So that's one. What was the other one that you said?
Sinister Six.
Sinister Six.
Or Fantastic Four.
That's another one.
Can I slide
Slide to the left. What do you mean?
the cards so I can
Slide the cards? Yeah, you can do whatever you want. So Lily's taking the wheel over here. You can look down. It's much easier than looking up. You look funky either way, like trying to. That's again, Baxter Building is already a card.
Yeah, but you could use anything from them also. I don't know if they have any vehicles.
I feel like they do.
I'm sure they do.
They have toys of it, and I would assume it must have come from something. So those are more synergies. We don't have to work on them right now, but those are just ideas that we could make a physical version of it.
Flesh it out
Test
later.
Okay, so Alex's was team synergy. So Lily, you don't have any topics to bring at all, right?
The team synergy, you could add another one in there for the Illuminati, the Avengers.
Oh, that's
or
pretty
the,
cool.
Not the Avengers Illuminati. But
No, I know.
Illuminati.
What's that?
I don't know if I know how to spell it. Is that one right?
Yeah, whatever.
We know what it is.
What's supposed to be in Darkhawk?
She removed something by mistake.
Well,
Sliding.
we are recording, so you know what I think is missing?
Darkhawk.
Yes.
I saw Black Bolt. That's what made me think of the Illuminati.
I'm gonna move one of my points up to right now, because I'm sure it's not the next one. No, it's that. All right, hold on. I'm gonna check off which ones we've done so far. We did that one. We did that one. It's on here somewhere. An undo button.
Yeah.
And I have it written down a few different ways. I'm not sure where the fuck it is because I wasn't planning on jumping around like this. I was just
Don't we
going
have undo?
That's not the undo I thought you were talking about. I thought you were talking about, if your opponent hasn't said they're done with their turn,
That's another
you should
one.
be able to pull
No,
your
that's-
cards back even if you hit end
That's
turn.
yeah, that's two different ones. No, I'm talking about while you're doing your collection stuff, there should be either an undo button or a save button. So if you don't save, it doesn't save it.
affect the deck.
So then you just like do not save. Every other game does that, but with this, it's just like, oh, that's gone.
Is this user 3 or you?
This is me. This is my
Okay.
account.
You don't have a non-pixel Korg?
No, this is okay. So if you look carefully, we're just gonna diverge for a second. The green backs on cards means that I'm using this deck to upgrade.
Okay.
So these are all cards I don't care about upgrading, except for the Quinjet, because I don't want to take it off of gold, and I don't want to take the other one off of blue. I like what they are.
You don't want to take the other one off blue?
No, I like it.
Oh.
I have all my shield
I,
cards, my base ones.
I
shield
took my
blue.
blueprints off of blue because they look really good with gold.
Mm.
Do you have any of the blueprint cards? I'll show you why I like them.
I
guys
don't
with
think I
gold.
do,
Okay.
but you can screencast if you want to put it up on screen.
Nah. They don't get to know what I'm talking about.
Who's they? This is for us. Come on.
Who's they?
So I'm gonna take it to gold because the gold computer access,
okay.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that works. See the stuff in the background are gold. Can't tell in the video, but whatever.
I think it'll look good.
Yeah, I think so too.
I accidentally grabbed a strand of hair while I was pulling my phone back.
All right, so yeah, I meant in the undo collection of here. Alex, do you want to use that as your point for undo in game?
Yeah, because I didn't have any other points aside from my biggest one, which I was going to save for my last one.
Good, sounds good. Okay, so go ahead and explain that as if we
Undo in game. It's really frustrating when you are jumping the gun. I guess that's more my fault than anything. But when you hit end turn, then realize, oh man, I put them either wrong order or I should have done something else. I should still be able to pull back my decision if my opponent has not hit end turn yet.
Yes. You get 1 minute on each turn, and if you finish your turn in like 30 seconds and you hit end, thinking that it's just going to then proceed because you think that your opponent's waiting on you, but then you wait that 30 seconds for your opponent, you're going to be looking at the board and going, fuck, I should have done that.
Yeah.
And if they haven't ended their turn yet, why can't I just undo, just like undo my end turn, and then just put my stuff back and do whatever I want? I don't get that. I really don't get that.
I understand why it works that way because once you hit undo, it sends to the server, or once you hit end turn, it sends to the server.
Okay.
And there's only that 1 minute. You said it yourself that the server and both devices have to communicate. You know what I mean?
So here's my I guess solution of what it should be instead. Show me somewhere that my opponent is done.
Or
because maybe I don't want to make them wait.
Every turn you wait that minute anyway. Doesn't matter.
Oof, that kind of is rough. If like you guys are both smart
Yeah.
with your moves, that could take a 3-minute game to 6, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's double the time.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do in the Marvel Snap is she's got little minute timers.
Yeah.
And we can just, okay, I'm done with my turn. Okay, I'm also done. We can do that. Versus, you can't really do that with emotes.
Yeah.
There's not, and even you could lie with it. But that's what would be nice if it just does like a little, hey, opponent done with turn, because it tells you when they snap. Did you heard in the interview it was the game talk where he was at one point you wouldn't know if they snapped until the start of the next turn or something like that. Like they went back on it a few times.
I don't like that.
So yeah, like it was kind of bad, but they decided it makes more sense to just let you know during the turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, it was when you go to end your turn, it was like your opponent snapped. Do you wish to continue? And it was more like just extra steps for nothing. So why not just have it pop up that they snapped to let you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's very obvious, like it's glowing. It says this turn is this,
and then it
next turn is
shatters, and
that.
it's like, oh snap!
It's obvious.
Well, opponent snap.
Something like that would be nice for, hey, your opponent did do their turn.
Yeah.
So, do you guys want to do 20 minutes or 30 minutes?
I don't care. Well, we're almost to 20 minutes, and I still have
Well, yeah,
my big one. So.
Well, we can do. We're gonna do more videos.
Oh, that's true.
We're gonna record them right now, just for later.
I don't care. Whatever.
All right, well, I think we'll just stop it here at 20 minutes. So here's what we did so far. We talked about side decks, the location emotes, turn breakdown. You can read it on the side there. Any other points? You know, if you have any ideas, we would love to hear them because we are going to be making a physical Marvel Snap. I'm going to try and get that around. I think I'm going to do a contest for August Battle Pass. And if you guys want to enter, anyone can enter. And I'm going to be looking for... I don't think we're going to do this. This isn't the official announcement, so don't do it on this. But like your favorite deck. What is the most fun deck? Even if it's not great, you don't win all the time. What is your most fun deck? Maybe just give me a little why. And then you'll be entered and you could win the Battle Pass for August. So this isn't the official thing. You'll do it on the video that I do it with. But I wanted to do it for July because of Phoenix Wars and like fire and stuff. But I just never got it out. So Alyssa and I are going to do a video where we're just going to go through every single one of my variants because she hasn't really seen them all. And then we're going to do it with that. So whenever we record that.
It's better anyway.
For Battle Pass wise?
Yeah.
What's the card? Dokken?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dokken's going to be awesome.
You know what? You know what we're going to do? Okay, so tune in to the next one whenever we air it. I don't know what we're going to do. We'll see. It's not going to be very popular. My videos don't pick up, but this is for us, and this is nice. This is fun to get these ideas out, maybe even get them for physical Marvel Snap. So we're going to go ahead, and I'll just... Oh, yeah, so like if you want, comment if you have ideas, subscribe for more, hit the bell.